The biggest problem facing any visiting angler is locating fish on unfamiliar waters. If time is of the essence, it's best to go with obvious near-shore structure. On featureless lakes, any wood, rock, or weed can hold fish. If the whole place is a weed bed, look for open pockets, however small. On shorelines littered with timber, try the more recently fallen ones. If you're in a real pinch, you simply can't beat man-made structure. We don't have to tell you that docks attract fish. They're a true classic. The low-lying variety is best and can draw any species of fish in the lake. A great way to explore these is with surface lures or crankbaits. The residents will usually make a showing even if you don't connect. Then, follow up immediately with a finesse bait. Boathouses, cribs, and breakwalls also hold fish. Indeed, anything that provides cover or casts a shadow has value, and do factor in the direction of that shade before proceeding. Often overlooked, anchored boats add to a good thing. It's best to cast alongside than directly at, especially if it's not your boat. Common sense and etiquette are paramount when fishing privately owned structures. Marinas have the greatest potential of all, if in fact you can obtain permission to fish. It's amazing to see anglers rushing to get out on a lake, not realizing what lurks just below their feet. Visible cover is a term most of us are familiar with. All fish relate to changes in their environment, both natural and man-made. Subtle changes, though often overlooked, also attract. Where you find numbers of fish, it's generally the result of two or more good things. Before making that first cast to a potential spot, there are a few things to consider. First and foremost is where exactly are fish sitting on that structure. Cast too far off target, and you may end up outside their strike zone. Depending on the weather and activity level, fish will position themselves differently and only travel so far to eat. Then again, being too accurate can work against you. Landing on their heads is never a good idea. Another consideration is which way are they facing? Fish will always take a stance that affords the best field of vision for attacking prey and spotting danger. Preferring the shaded side where available, they'll always face in the direction it's being cast. You want them to see your bait and not your boat. On lakes with any kind of current, you can bet they'll be positioned to see what comes along. That's why wind-swept points are hot locations. Next time you approach a new piece of structure, stop. Picture exactly where they're sitting, then plan your strategy. In time, you'll develop this ability to instinctive levels. One thing that stands out when filming underwater is the astonishing number of fish that simply look at a bait without hitting. Not hungry or just curious, they do the same thing if presented with live bait. It's frustrating, but as the saying goes, there's more to be learned from failure than success. To be certain, the same thing is happening to all of us when fishing. Make one or two casts, move on. You have to wonder how many opportunities are passed up on a given day. With an eye down under, it's easier to read fish. There's no question the right change in presentation triggers deeply embedded instincts. They often refuse an easy meal until it tries to get away. That up-down action, a deadly technique wherever you go. Factor in change-ups on every cast, and you'll catch a lot more fish. Another way to turn a looker into a hitter is to suddenly bottom out your bait. Fish can't resist something trying to get away, heading the wrong direction, and ending up with nowhere to go. Actually, working bottom is a great all-round method. Simply cast, drift, or troll while bumping along. Add a few tugs and jerks, and you'll draw them from a distance. And remember, when your bait is in the water, always assume something is watching, and you'll connect with some of the biggest fish out there.